We'll delve into mysteries that only the stones from antiquity can reveal. Please subscribe to the channel to show your support for this fascinating exploration, which motivates me to continue sharing these insights with you. The third and smallest pyramid at Giza, attributed to Menkaure, may seem like a hidden gem. While it has never shone as brightly as its larger counterparts, it still possesses many distinctive qualities and beautiful features. Beyond the enormous breach in the northern face, which I explored in a previous video, the magnificent granite casing stones are another noteworthy aspect that deserves attention. Many questions surround these granite casing stones, particularly why the vast majority of them were never smoothed to perfection. There's an old saying in archaeology, the most valuable objects for study are often those left unfinished, as they reveal the process of creation and help us understand the designer's intentions. Despite this opportunity, Menkaure's granite casing stones have been severely understudied and neglected by archaeologists. As you can see in the images, piles of fallen or quarried casing stones are scattered around the pyramid. It's a literal mountain of priceless historical evidence that has yet to be properly inspected, documented, or preserved. It's as if one of humanity's oldest civilizations left behind a jigsaw puzzle that no one has taken the time to piece together. How those in charge of these sites can overlook such opportunities is beyond me. That said, I don't believe the casing stones should be reseated on the pyramid itself, as this would likely cause irreversible damage. Instead, I'd like to see them cleared and positioned near their original locations for further analysis, allowing for both visual and scientific studies without causing additional harm. For stones precariously perched on the pyramid's edge, each would need to be evaluated individually to determine the best course of action. Though they appear as if they might fall at any moment, photographs show these stones have remained in place for at least a century. There are many secrets waiting to be uncovered through a detailed analysis of the granite debris, and I'll touch on a few in this video. One mystery that I'm confident we can solve without reconstructing the fallen stones is the original height of the granite casing. In this detailed image of Menkaure's northern face, a trained eye can spot the exact level where the granite casing ends and the Tura limestone begins. Pause the video here and see if you can identify it. Like my earlier video about the apex of the Great Pyramid, patterns emerge when studying the stonework. If you're having trouble spotting it, I'll give you a hint. Instead of focusing on the original construction, look at the damage and identify a pattern left by plunderers. Now let's reveal the pattern. At the 16th course, the damage to the backing stones is most noticeable, but above this level, the blocks are in much better condition. Let me know in the comments if you spotted the pattern or if something else caught your attention. The variation in damage seems to be due to the differing techniques used by plunderers when removing the Tura limestone above the 16th course compared to the granite casing below. The softer Tura limestone would have required a more delicate touch to prevent accidental breakage, while the harder granite likely encouraged plunderers to chisel into the limestone behind it, making the process faster and more aggressive. In fact, they may have simply pried the granite off the pyramid entirely, allowing it to fall to the desert floor before quarrying it for the desired size and cut. The short distance from the pyramid's edge and the hardness of the granite would minimize breakage. In my previous video about the Great Breach in the Pyramid, I quoted Abdul Latif, who witnessed the destruction firsthand. He observed that when stones were dislodged, they didn't shatter. Instead, they were often buried in the sand. Another clue lies in the masonry of the pyramid, which suggests the 16th course marks the end of the granite casing. The 17th course contains the tallest blocks in the pyramid's outer structure, which Flinders Petrie noticed in 1881. Petrie also reported finding pieces of granite casing still intact at the 16th course on all sides of the pyramid, and I've confirmed this observation on the southern and western sides. A historical account from the Greek historian Diodorus Siculus, dating back to around 57 BC, also states that the granite casing went up to the 15th course. But why the discrepancy between 15 and 16 courses? The answer lies in the pyramid's first course, which was laid directly on the sloping bedrock, without a common baseline. To level the pyramid, the top of this foundational course had to be evened out. This process also created a trench around the pyramid, intended to level the surrounding courtyard, but it was never completed and later filled with sand and limestone debris. Despite this clear evidence of the granite casing, Mark Lehner and Zahi Hawass argue otherwise in their 2017 book, Giza and the Pyramids, The Definitive History. They claim that more than 16 courses were made of granite, but I believe this is an error. They provide no evidence to support this claim, so the most likely explanation is simply a mistake. Interestingly, Menkaure's pyramid shares a structural anomaly with the Great Pyramid. Both are visibly concave on each face, with the central backing stones protruding less than those at the edges. This architectural feature is more noticeable in Menkaure's pyramid above the 16th course, where the limestone casing would have started. Some people speculate that the pyramids appear to have 8 sides without their casing, but for me, the real significance lies in how these casing stone anomalies might reveal the pyramid's construction methods. One of the biggest questions surrounding 4th Dynasty pyramid construction is whether the casing stones were part of the original design or added at the end. Menkaure's pyramid, with its granite to limestone transition, offers a unique perspective on this process. If the transition was planned from the outset, we would expect the height of the inner masonry to match the casing stones at course 17. However, a closer look suggests that the inner masonry layer is much shorter at this point. More detailed comparisons would be needed to determine if this discrepancy is significant. Another intriguing aspect of Menkaure's pyramid is its nickname, the Colored Pyramid, or the Red Pyramid. Although only the bottom fourth was made of granite, it's never referred to as the two-tone pyramid. In 1993, architect Gilles Dormian discovered fragments of limestone casing from the pyramid, with traces of red paint on the outer facing sections. Could Menkaure's pyramid have been entirely red, with the limestone portion on top painted? If so, it may suggest the original plan was to use all granite, with the limestone switch being a last-minute decision to speed up construction. I also find it curious that the nickname Red Pyramid has been mistakenly applied to Snefru's pyramid at Dahshur, after its white limestone casing was plundered in modern times. It's not as if the modern Red Pyramid is particularly red. The inner limestone blocks are just slightly more reddish than other pyramids. Menkaure's pyramid is unique in that only certain sections of the granite casing were carefully dressed smooth. The eastern side, where the mortuary temple would have stood, and the northern side, possibly with a chapel, received this extra attention. The rest of the granite faces were left rough, raising philosophical questions about what constitutes finished work. Finally, let's discuss the granite debris surrounding the pyramid. I've always been fascinated by how the builders didn't care about color-matching granite stones. Some are dark gray, while others are the typical reddish variety. This variability may hold clues for reconstructing the casing stones or analyzing the quarrying source. In 1967, researchers Vito Maragioglio and Celeste Rinaldi found fragments of smooth granite casing on the western side of the pyramid. If these pieces can be confirmed, they may offer new insights into pyramid construction. While the granite casing stones are often described as rough and unfinished, many show evidence of post-laying dressing. Even the stone near the entrance, with its levering bosses, indicates that the stone was dressed after being placed on the pyramid. These small details may seem insignificant, but they could provide valuable insights when studying other blocks, like the granite leaf in the Great Pyramid. There are also key granite stones lost during excavations. Howard Vyse discovered enormous granite plugging stones in Menkaure's entrance chamber, and if any of them remain intact in the surrounding debris, they could be valuable. Additionally, the granite portcullis blocks, which have never been located, might hold crucial clues to understanding pyramid design. The discovery of even a small portion would be groundbreaking. In the end, we don't know what secrets are hidden in the sea of granite fragments scattered around the pyramid. Our understanding of ancient Egypt remains fragile, and even the smallest detail, a single block or cut, could rewrite history. I look forward to sharing these discoveries with you in future videos. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed the video, like it, leave a comment, and share it with your friends.